Can you see the line of cars? I didn't want to have to make these videos. Only 2 people turned and I'm barely making this light. Holy Christ, man. And you know what the main difference is? Is that the sun's out. It's a Friday and the sun's out. And I don't know why those two correlate, but Fridays it seems like everybody goes to work. And the sun comes out. The people that have actually learned their lesson coming up Wonderland Road in the wintertime, and by learn their lesson I mean go back to the videos that we've put in there, put up on the page here, where they've ended up in the ditch, they've rolled over, they've gotten spooked by the amount of snow and the visibility issues, and they find another way, and the other way happens to be faster and safer than the one that they're on. We are not going the speed limit yet. We are not going the speed limit yet. Before we get too far into it, and I always like to try to say this earlier than later, I live on Wonderland Road. I live on this road. My destination is the end of this road. Period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars in front. Holy Christ, man. There is faster, safer ways to go than this, folks. Faster, safer ways. And as you can see, this road is not plowed. We have documented that how many times. You might get some plowing and some sanding on this stretch up to Ilderton Road. And it's hit and miss, and it's mostly miss. Really, the only thing that they do on this road is clear the banks back so that the snow doesn't windrow and doesn't create visibility issues. So that's really the only thing that they do on this stretch right here. Stretch north of Ilderton, they really do nothing. The only thing they do is the intersections, which doesn't really count. But as you can see, now we're going into a gully, and it's also curved. And why am I pointing all this stuff out? Because there's other faster, safer ways to go that don't have these issues with it. So we're coming up to Ilderton Road, and why I pointed out all that is because we're going to talk about 2 better options for these people. One, to the right of us right now, is the highway. So it's a highway, right? Did I mention it's a highway? It's got 1 possible stop compared to 3 guaranteed stops. It is completely flat, completely straight. It is religiously maintained in the wintertime. And it's a highway. The road to our left is Hyde Park Road. Hyde Park Road is so flat and so straight, and in fact it actually has been repaved top to bottom in the past 2 to 3 years. It is 10 kilometers an hour faster than this road. And it has 1 possible slowdown in Ilderton compared to 3 guaranteed stops on this road. And we've already had 2 people turn. Each of those people that turned, and we just barely made that light as well because of these people not going the speed limit too. But those 2 people that turned, they could have each just gone to either Hyde Park Road or the highway in each instance, and they would have already been there. That traffic that was up there was sitting at that traffic light, so you basically decided to go down a more unsafe, slower road for the pleasure and privilege of sitting at a traffic light. Not just once, but twice. see, we're coming up on the first houses on this stretch of Wonderland Road. We've added them up before. There's what, 7 houses on this stretch? Yet we had 7 cars on that stretch of road in a 1-minute span. When you do the math, it doesn't check out. There is not enough traffic with the amount of houses on this road to warrant putting in traffic lights. But because we've got all these people cutting through, these poor residents have to deal with traffic lights now. And again, remember, I live on this road. My destination is the end of this road. But Middlesex Center now has to install traffic lights because these people here that are cutting through, or those 2 people back there that were cutting through. Yes, there is odds that at least one of these people live on Wonderland Road. And guess what? That person's me. But as you can see, the road has not been plowed. It has not been plowed. It has not been sanded or salted. So it'll be really interesting to see where people go when we get up to Highway 7, because if any of them turn left, I mean any of them turn left, they could have been on a faster road, safer road, flatter road in Hyde Park Road as opposed to this road, Wonderland Road. And I really don't want to make these videos, but when you see this amount of traffic and then the sheep that follow it, kind of have to. We have yet to hit the speed limit yet. So if you're coming this way as a shortcut, quote unquote, and you're not going to go the speed limit, what is it all for? Right? And I know in this case, they're probably not going the speed limit because of the conditions on the road. So again, it begs the question, why wouldn't you be on the highway, which is religiously maintained? Or why wouldn't you be on Hyde Park Road, which is religiously maintained? And here is a perfect example of why you don't come on this road. 3 cars in the ditch. Three cars in the ditch. Coming too fast over that hill. The road's not plowed or maintained. Again, they just moved back these shoulders so that it doesn't, like, look how much it's encroaching onto the road. It's like a glacier moving across. That's all they do on this road. They just maintain the edge of it. They don't actually maintain the road. I don't know how many times we need to document this, but what did I say coming into this video? I said some people, very few, have learned their lessons. Ended up in the ditch, upside down, scared, pulling over, scared, taking other routes, whatever. We've documented them all. Now we've documented another 3 off the road. So bad, in fact, that the OPP are there. So again, it begs the question, why are you on this road? And I swear that one said new driver. So why are you taking them up a road like this if they're a new driver? I think it was just the instructor, or they actually have their full license and they're just putting new driver on there to let everybody know, I guess. I don't know. But again, how many times do we have to document accidents on this road and people going off this road? How many times? The highway is the next road to the right, and it's a highway, and it's perfectly clear and perfectly flat. It'd be bone dry right now. Or Hyde Park Road, again, perfectly maintained, been repaved start to finish in the past 2 to 3 years. And we just went over all those bumps right there, right? And going over the hills that we got there. And you say, like, well, if it's a dangerous road and you're pointing out all these dangerous conditions, why are you on it? Well, I have one of the most capable all-wheel drive vehicles that they make, and I have the best snow tires that they sell, period. I've also been driving this road for 12, 13 years. So I know it almost with my eyes closed. But again, if anybody turns left, especially left, right is bad enough, but left, they're going towards Hyde Park Road. Again, we've documented that how many times on this channel. You can go look it up. They're turning left. The next road is Hyde Park Road. That road is 10 kilometers an hour faster than this one. Has one possible slowdown in Ilderton, and I mean it's a blink compared to 3 guaranteed stops on this road. Been repaved. It's perfectly flat, perfectly maintained, perfectly straight, and is religiously maintained in the wintertime. And we have got 75% of traffic doing that. This guy didn't even bother to stop. The stop sign's a suggestion. He's in a real hurry, right? They're in such a hurry that they got to roll that stop sign. But they won't take Hyde Park Road, which is 10 kilometers an hour faster than this road. And they had to stop at 3 stop signs. And they had to go through hills and curves. And they couldn't go the speed they wanted, or could, because the road is in poor shape, because it's not plowed. So you get what I'm saying here. Like, it's hard to rationalize irrational thoughts, is what I'm trying to say. And that's exactly what that was. Again, I live on that road. My destination was the end of that road. The crow doesn't fly that straight.